not now. Maybe not ever. But the world won't keep it a secret. On my phone, I have the newest episode of my favorite true crime podcast queued up, waiting, and I can feel the pressure building. This is the first time I'll hear my story told start to finish by someone else. These hosts, Helen and Julia, sound like friends. But now I wonder what they'll think of my choices. What version they'll share. How do you know you're living a true crime story? Maybe the better question is, how do you know you'll survive? C2C Transcript 1. This is a story about friends. Friends like us. Not exactly like us. Hey, I've always said I'd kill for you. And you're the one I'll call to help bury the bodies. But if I did the killing, wouldn't I be the one calling you? That kind of thinking is exactly why we won't get caught. Anyway, on this episode of Crime to Chat, we'll introduce you to an idyllic neighborhood, a storybook life, 2 friends, and the twisted, bloody secrets underneath it all. But first, let me tell you about some of our amazing sponsors who make this podcast possible. Chapter 1. Affirmations are just lies we wish we could believe. But that didn't stop me from using them. The drive from New Jersey to Sugar Land, Texas, was mere minutes less than 24 hours, so I'd had ample time to practice, mentally chanting positive thoughts as if they could conjure a sunnier future. I couldn't say whether or not they would, but the words did fill the space in my head where regret and fear usually bloomed. They'd gotten me through the drive, through the delivery of our furniture, all the way to this, our first morning in the new house. If I repeated them faithfully enough, maybe I could forget that these unpacked boxes were all that remained between me and actually starting over. My therapist back in Jersey had prescribed antidepressants, but first he'd made me promise to embrace his ideas for cognitive behavior modification. The first one I'd tried was keeping a bullet journal of goals for each day, then updating it with a record of what I actually did. For weeks, bullets written in brightly colored ink promised that I would take a walk, try a new recipe, call a friend. Finally, I'd given up, leaving the pages blank. Because writing stayed in bed for over a month was even worse than actually doing it. So, affirmations were my new thing, along with everything else. My whole life was new. I started to slice open another moving box while positive mantras ran through my head instead of thoughts. I didn't want to remember that tomorrow Michael would go off to his new job and I'd be alone, unemployed, with nothing but these affirmations to guide me. I am excited about the new house. I am excited about Texas. I will find a job. I will make new friends. Buck up, Kacy. Everything will be good again. And the box cutter nicked my thumb, cutting right through the stupid affirmations. Mentally chanting them never made me feel better anyway. But it did help keep the past at bay. I popped my thumb into my mouth, but not before leaving a dark smudge across the label. Tremain. Kitchen. Somewhere we had Band-Aids buried in a box along with antiseptic spray and ankle wraps. The movers who'd packed us up kept it tight. Every box labeled by room only. No Tremain medicine cabinet or Tremain bedside table. They could have saved time by labeling every single one Tremain, former life. Did I really need a Band-Aid? I pulled my thumb out and a dark bead formed immediately,